I'm not really big into conspiracy theories, but all you have to do is open your eyes and look around. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that there's a lot of evil going on around us. It seems like everywhere you turn, there is a narcissist. So there's a lot of witchcraft going on. There's a lot of terrible things going on. And if you've been around a narcissist in any capacity, you've essentially been under demonic attack. And so you have to break that narcissistic spell. You have to take your mind back. And you have to kind of unlearn everything that's been preached to you, because once you know someone is a narcissist, you can't take anything that they've said to you seriously. You have to erase kind of every single thing that they've said. You know, you have to erase all of that information from your database. So, I mean, if I told you what I've been through in the last 4 years, it's almost unbelievable. I had a doctor damn near kill me, and I pretty much figured out that he was a narcissist, while I simultaneously had 2 other psychopaths circling me while I was trying to get well from the doctor who almost killed me, who is a narcissist. Psychopaths working on your body is really not a good mix. So, and before that, before I even saw the doctor, I had gone into the church because my health was so bad. I kind of returned to the church, and the pastor kept me waiting there for like an hour. I went to talk to him one day after the service, and he literally had me waiting there for an hour. So I came to realize that it was more about the guy's ego than anything else. So basically, I went to get help at the church and was treated like crap, which sent me right back into the demons, the 2 psychopaths, who I had been talking to before I went into the church, but I did not know that they were narcissists at that point. But had the church done their job, I would not have been speaking so much to the psychopaths. In other words, I was hanging around with mostly church people, but what that pastor did not sit well with me. I said, how does this guy, he doesn't know if I was about to drop dead of cancer? Like, he doesn't know why I went to speak to him, and I was not an actual, member of the church. I was fairly new because I had just returned back. And so, wouldn't you want to make a good impression on someone who is their first time ever coming to speak to you? They are not a member of the church. So then I realized, well, this is how they treat sick people. They just keep you waiting for an hour, don't care in the slightest. And he was talking to another woman, and they told him I was waiting there, and he just kept talking and talking and talking till literally an hour had passed, and I literally walked out the door and left. So it kind of made me realize that Well, first off, that pastor was a narcissist. He was an overt narcissist. Um, so it's like you're trying to get help, and everywhere you turn is a narcissist. I mean, we're just literally surrounded by evil. You can't even, I mean, you start to lose your faith because you're like, okay, well, evil people have infiltrated the pulpit. You can't even go to church without running into a narcissist, and a lot of the leadership are narcissists. So, it didn't make me lose faith in God. It made me lose faith in, just the whole system. But, you know, religion is a man-made institution, so that's another long-winded discussion. But my point is, people are looking for answers. People are looking for somewhere to go to get away from the evil people they're dealing with in general. And then they go to the church and they run into more evil people. So it's like, which way do you even turn? So I think the best thing is just to have a personal relationship with God, because God never instructed us to follow man. See, every time man gets involved, there's corruption. They corrupt and just water down everything and ruin everything. And then it becomes about their ego, and then their ego has to get inflated. So, you know, I have to sit here. I'm sick, but I have to sit here and get through security and wait for an hour to speak to someone. Okay, that's not godlike to treat someone in that manner. So that made me see things very clearly. So there is just witchcraft and you know, just people who are not spiritually correct at every turn. You know, so if you can't trust a pastor, if you can't trust a doctor, you literally cannot trust anyone. So you may want to just set up a little, you know, prayer rug or something, a little shrine in your room, or go somewhere where you can just pray, but you don't have to deal with man, because man is just a vessel to get to God. But why do we need a vessel to get to God? We can go directly straight to God ourselves. We can go pray. I don't think God instructed us to follow some man and give them all our money. That just doesn't seem godlike to me. But, you know, and then they've given us these kind of electronic platforms because they're looking for a way to enslave the masses. That's why they gave us these evil platforms. They want us all to be consumed and wrapped up into them, and then we put the focus on ourself. When we post up pictures of ourselves on a platform, what does that have to do with God? That has to do with, you know, building up my own self-profile, my own ego. That has nothing to do with God. So they want to turn us all into narcissists, and they want us all on these platforms because they are run by narcissists, and there are narcissists all over the platforms, and this way they can control our minds. If we're all enslaved and sitting on these platforms 24 hours a day, they can use it as mind control. And if we're all focused on frivolous, meaningless things like materialistic items. Oh, I have to get this and I have to do that. Then we can't even think straight when you're in a state of, oh, I need to work 2 and 3 jobs so I can get a bigger house so I can compare with these people on TV. See, they're force-feeding us all of this information with these reality TV shows and these affluent people, when very few people have the means to obtain any of that. So they're force-feeding us that information so that we sit and work 2 and 3 jobs, and oh, we got to keep up with the Joneses, and they want you bogged down so that you cannot even think straight. So, oh, I have to work all these jobs, I have to be a complete slave so I can get these material objects, so I can post it on this evil platform Facebook, so I can impress a bunch of people I don't even know. Like, what is this rat race? It doesn't even make any sense. Now, I'd just like to say I've gone off of Facebook completely, and I'm curing my social media brain. I'm unzombifying myself, and I'm awakening myself, and today is a week, and I have to say, I feel happier and happier, like, every single day. I just feel so much more carefree and so much better, and I don't care what anyone on social media is doing, and I don't have to keep up with the Joneses, and I don't know what a bunch of strangers in another state are doing. It's like, who cares? Why am I being infiltrated with all of this useless information? I feel less anxious. I feel 50 times better. So, they want us all anxious, enslaved, can't think straight, have to be a zombie, have to keep up with a bunch of people who aren't paying our bill. Why do I need to know what someone in such and such state is doing? They're not paying my bills. They're not helping me in my life. They're not... Oh, they just ate a piece of pizza an hour ago? What does that have to do with my life? I mean, it just keeps you in a state of confusion so that you can't even think straight and you can never get ahead. That's what they want. They want us all completely in a state of confusion, giving them all our money because we have to consume because we have to keep up with the Joneses and their new car that they just got. So it's just a complete vortex of just total chaos, and they want us in a state of chaos so that they can control us. So you have to break the narcissistic spell and take your mind back. They want to control us. The whole society is turning towards narcissism, and they want to turn us all into evil narcissists. So, like I said, I am not into conspiracy theories, but all you have to do is open your eyes. It's pretty clear what's going on.